Lone Tree Mayor Jackie Millet is not only a public servant, she's also a civil engineer and a mom who has raised her kids in Lone Tree. Mayor, you've lived in Lone Tree for more than 20 years. You've obviously seen a lot of change, a lot of growth in that time. One of the most pressing changes for the city right now has to do with people's shopping habits.
That's right, Bozzy. The city of Lone Tree is really synonymous with great retail shopping and dining. Just look at Park Meadows Retail Resort. But we noticed in about 2015 that we started to see a decline in our sales tax revenues. That's really important because that's what funds our city operations. So we kept a close eye on it, recognized that it just wasn't a 1 or 2 year anomaly, but this really was a growing trend. People are starting to shop online and have the packages delivered to their home for convenience. But that does make a long-term impact on the city revenue stream. So council and city leaders started having really important conversations with our residents and our businesses about what we might do to assure the fiscal future of our city.
So one of the options that city leaders are asking residents to consider is to increase the retail sales tax by 1%. So on behalf of Lone Tree residents, I want to ask you a few of the top questions and concerns that you've been hearing about this. First, for the average Lone Tree resident, how much is this going to cost? How much out of my pocket?
So interesting, Bozzy, because the city's economy is really based on being a regional destination. People come into this community to shop and dine. That translates to about 95% of our sales tax revenue being paid for by folks who do not live in the city of Lone Tree. So again, I really want to make that clear. 95% of this increase would be paid for by others. So it translates to less than $7 per household for Lone Tree residents.
The ability to attract and keep businesses is obviously important for a city's finances. Is a higher sales tax bad for business?
It's important to note that a sales tax increase is not a tax on businesses. This is something that is paid for by consumers. And even with a 1% increase, the city of Lone Tree's sales tax rate will still be amongst the lowest in the Front Range. So our business community isn't concerned that it's going to impact their sales. They recognize that these dollars will translate to our ability to maintain and operate our city at the same level we have for the prior 25 years. And the aesthetics and safety of our community are very important to them and their businesses because it keeps people coming back. The business community was more concerned about a head tax or a property tax because that would impact their bottom line. But I'm happy to share that we really have the full support of the business community in this initiative.
I think part of your answer there touches on this next question about balancing the budget, which is, why do you need to raise the sales tax or any taxes? Why not cut expenses instead?
In Lone Tree, we're very proud of our record of being fiscally conservative. We have a very lean city budget. Some refer to us as thrifty. So when we look at making cuts, we're really talking about cutting at the bone. The two largest expenses in the city of Lone Tree are public works and public safety. At a time when crime is increasing throughout our country and in Colorado, I do not believe it's the time to be looking at cuts to public safety. As far as public works goes, ongoing maintenance of our infrastructure prolongs its useful life and in the end ends up costing us less money. So our ability to invest in maintenance makes a difference. The other thing I think is important to note is that probably the first thing council would look at cutting would be the free trash and recycling service for our residential households. If we cut that service, it would cost Lone Tree households about $40 a month. So I think the $7 per month that they might pay with a 1% sales tax increase is actually the more affordable option for most of our Lone Tree households.
Mayor Jackie Millet, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Bozzy.